Information Station 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. When I was a kid, there was a commercial on TV, and it was, what's one little bit of litter? Nothing, but put a bunch of them together, and what do you got? And you have a big mess. You remember that campaign? That was, gosh, 50 years ago or whatever it was. And the other day, I took a walk in my neighborhood, and I saw bottles, and I saw trash, and I said, aren't they getting the message? Aren't people getting the message that we really need to be better stewards of our land? And then, of course, you get into your car and you realize that your car is actually contributing in an unseen, well, at least immediately unseen way. It is seen if you're landing in a big city. You can always, not always, but L.A., you can see the smog in the air, right?
Yes.
On the phone, Sharon Kneiss is going to speak to us. Leonard Butch Joyce is on the phone. Sharon is the president and CEO of the National Waste and Recycling Association, and Leonard Joyce is the founder and CEO of Joyce Engineering. They're talking to us today about how technology has advanced the green agenda, which is a good thing. It makes the world a better place for all of us, right? Earth Day is Friday, according to my notes. Sharon Kneiss and Leonard Butch Joyce, good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Larry.
Where are you guys? Are you together, or are you calling from two different places?
We're in Washington, D.C.
In D.C.? That's
Yes.
That's our topic for today's trivia game later on.
Hope we're not a question.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you'll be the question. Yeah. So how are we doing? How are we doing as Americans? And I mean, are we doing better?
Yes, and waste handling in general has been, how we've handled it and progressed has become a key contributor to environmental advancement in this country, both from the recycling side and the landfill side.
Do you know, there's a lazy part of me that I really I appreciate what the local waste management people have done. They used to take, when you did recycling, you had to separate the cardboard from the plastic. Everything had to be separated. Now I can put all my recyclables in one thing, and they separate it somehow. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the technology. That's called single stream technology, where all of the recyclables go into one bin, and it's mechanically sorted at the recycling facility.
By humans?
It's a lot easier.
By humans, or is there a machine that knows the difference?
Both.
Combination.
Both. It's a combination.
Wow.
And some of the technology is actually a lot of fun. How it senses what the recyclable is and directs it to the right place.
Wow, that's amazing. I was wondering how they did that. I felt sorry for some guy over there saying, this is cardboard. That's plenty.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when we recycle, obviously, the toll that is taken on our world, our physical world, is greater, right? If we don't recycle.
Well, recycling's important, and it has increased significantly since 1980. And we want to make sure that it remains sustainable. And part of that is you need to make sure, as we're going to the one bin, that you only put recyclables in that bin and you keep the contamination out so that you can keep the process more pure. That's really important.
Does that mean cleaning out the mayonnaise jar and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's important too. But don't put picket fences and garden hoses in your recycling bin because it really damages.
Oh, so that's more what you're talking about then. Okay, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how does this affect the landfills? Are we going to see less landfills?
Not everything can be recycled. And for those things that don't go to a recycling facility, most of that goes to landfills.
And what that's doing, Robin, to the landfill space or capacity, it's just extending it, allowing the residuals that you can't recycle to be placed in a landfill in a secure way to be managed for the communities that they are located in.
But today's landfills are highly engineered, and not only are they highly engineered and segregate the waste, but from many of them, we extract the gas. which is the decomposition product.
That's right, yeah.
In the landfill. And we extract enough gas to power 1.2 million homes in this country.
That's amazing. Why didn't somebody think of this earlier? I mean, you could always see, like at the landfill here, forever, we have always seen this flame.
Yes.
Okay, so, and it just, I mean, I wonder why nobody thought of this so many years ago. But this is better late than never, right?
Yeah, it is, and that flame you're seeing is just is methane gas being burned out of the landfill. So the landfill creates the gas as a part of the decomposition process. And
we're capturing more and more of that gas. Right now we're capturing gas at about 650 facilities across the country, and that number is growing. And what's so exciting is the waste and recycling industry is really leading the way on the heavy-duty truck side in conversion to natural gas-fueled vehicles. And some of that landfill gas can go into those natural gas collection vehicles. Yes.
Really? So is it in liquid form or is it in gaseous form?
It's a gaseous form. It's compressed natural gas is what it is. It's cleaned up, and then it's used in certain types of engines that run those vehicles. And
is the byproduct that's left behind, like at the landfill, is it a smaller amount because it's become gas?
Well, the physical portion that goes into the landfill, which is the organic portion of the waste stream, that is through the decomposition process. That decomposition of the organics is what causes the gas. It's what generates the gas in the landfill, and then we extract the gas from the landfills.
Okay. Gotcha.
And when landfills are closed, when their life is over, they are carefully capped and put into other useful service. For example, the former Mile High Stadium in Denver was built on a landfill. There are golf courses built on the landfills. And as a matter of fact, some closed landfills are used as a center for renewable energy, where they have solar panels, wind energy, as well as landfill gas collection.
And Butch, is that where your engineering firm plays a role? Is that you can go into these landfills that aren't being used anymore and engineer designs as to how the land can be better used now?
Yes, we can. We do the gas extraction systems that we talked about for use as an energy source, and develop that site working with the owners and working with the communities to cause that site to become a resource to that community.
We had a discussion some years ago about the landfills here in our county, and apparently, I think, if I remember right, the argument was, it was like a political game or going on, whatever. I think a neighboring county was using it for fuels, and we were deciding whether or not we wanted to invest the money to do it ourselves. Is it a costly thing to set up your landfill to be able to do that?
It is. There are capital costs involved and there operating costs involved, but again, it's like any other business. You find someone who wants to buy the gas and what they pay you for it versus what your costs are, as to whether it's profitable or not, either for a local community to do it, a city or a county, or for a private company to come in and do it for them.
Okay.
And some landfills set up power generation right next door on site to make it easy.
We have a phone call coming in. Can you stick with us long? No? We can't do phone calls? Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't know no phone calls. Well, anyway, really?
Sorry,
no phone calls. Sorry, I didn't know. All right. Well, so if you're calling, we have instructions, no phone calls. But it sounds like a good idea. So, what would you suggest that we? Here's how I look at this. There's two parts to this. Technology is one, but attitude is another. We as people have to have an attitude to follow through with these things. You have to make a conscious decision to put stuff in the recycling bin as opposed to the garbage can, right?
Right. So let me ask first. So there's two steps. Number one, do it at home. Okay, recycle at home. Recycle the products. And secondly, when you're buying things, look for recycled products.
There you go.
Create a market demand for these products, and that will drive the economics.
Yeah.
And importantly, only put in the recycling bin recyclables.
Right.
Keep all of the rest of the non-recyclables out of the bin.
It contaminates the recyclable products.
Well, I think it's amazing what you guys, the industry the profession that you guys are in, because I mean, you're really taking this massive amount of what we consider trash and making it into something so positive. It's just a really good thing. Thank you for being on with us today. Do you want to give a website?
Yes, wasterecycling.org.
Okay, wasterecycling.org. Sharon, Kneiss, Leonard, Butch, Joyce, thank you both for being on the air with us today, and you're making the world a better place. Thank you for doing that.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you, Larry and Robin.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A mix of sun and clouds on this Tuesday with a high of 77 on the coast, 84 inland. Then clear Tuesday night, moonlit skies, lows in the mid and upper 50s inland, 62 along the coast. Wednesday, sunshine and some clouds, high 79 at the coast, 84 inland. Thursday, times of sun and clouds with a high of 80 on the beaches, 86 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
This weather forecast brought to you by Tri-County Generators 1-800-622-1957. Don't get caught with your